Welcome to the After Dinner podcast called Stay at Home Game.
That's right, baby. It's me and it's her.
And it's...
Not she and him.
Your favorite band?
Everybody's favorite. Are you kidding me?
Delayed. Maybe
Yes.
this is the title of this one. Delayed. And when I said by 48 hours, I guess what I meant was by 4 to 8 days. Because here we are.
So what day is today? It's Tuesday.
Apparently it's
Yeah.
Tuesday.
So, sorry, everybody. Look, my schedule got changed. I thought...
At the last minute.
Yeah.
Very much last minute.
I thought I was doing a one-night gig that I thought was all encompassed in the same day, but it turned out I had to be there the night before, and that sent my schedule into disarray.
Oh, so much disarray, guys.
Yeah. It really fucked up a lot of things.
It fucked up everything. And now we're leaving tomorrow to South Carolina.
Yeah.
And, I want to apologize to our dear sponsors, Laura Lee, Barron, and Green Chef. We are a little late.
Profusely and profoundly apologize to both Laura Lee and Green Chef.
Laura Lee's a person. Green Chef is a company.
Mm-hmm.
Laura Lee works for a company. So I feel better apologizing to her than a company. Because can you apologize to a company?
Although maybe there's a person that is a Green Chef. If you went there to their headquarters, you would see like a green guy who's cooking up some...
Like Kermit the Frog.
I mean, he's green.
He could be...
Maybe
it's
he
not
cooks.
easy being green.
Maybe he cooks.
It's not easy being green.
No,
he
it's
says.
not.
Anyway, I'm Janie.
What a sad song. Okay, yes.
I love that. I love that song.
Hi, my name is Paul F. Tompkins.
Hi, my name is Janie Haddad Tompkins.
I am a comedian.
I am an actress.
We are a married couple living in Los Angeles, and this is our After Dinner podcast.
We just sit and chat and have a glass of weekend water.
That's all we do.
And guess what? You don't know what we're going to say because guess what? We don't know what we're going to say.
Anything can happen, and it usually doesn't.
It's sort of like a throwback to when people were, spontaneous. Mm-hmm. That's what this podcast is.
It is a throwback to when people were spontaneous.
Yes.
I agree.
Remember when content that they call it now was not actually crafted and produced down to in a way where it's like...
What are you talking about? What is this super slick content that you're seeing?
I just knew there was
I think everything's bullshit. Just sloppy bullshit that people are throwing out there.
No, I'm talking about in the olden days when you could turn on TV and see shit happen. And now you turn on TV and everything is
that's true.
Oh, we're going to have a spontaneous conversation about what you did last night, but but our producers are going to have a 3-hour phone call on how you're going to tell the story.
That's true.
I hate that shit. It does not excite me because I
Yeah.
like real human behavior.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I hear a helicopter. Fucking LA. The freeway, the 10 freeway is on fire.
Oh, yeah.
You can't get around downtown. I don't know how we're getting to the airport tomorrow. I'll tell you that.
It's going to suck.
It's maybe we'll get there, maybe we won't.
Let's talk about the song It's Not Easy Being Green.
Okay, yeah.
Because I haven't thought about it for a long time.
It reminds me of another song that I heard today that I'll tell you
It's
about
Easy
in a minute.
Being Green?
No.
The Answer song?
No. Keep going.
It's very sad, and I haven't thought about it in a while.
It's about how hard life is.
Pretty much.
How hard it is to be a human.
Is it?
In frog form.
But I mean, I got to look at the
You know
lyrics.
what's funny?
What?
You're wearing a green t-shirt.
It's true, and it wasn't easy to get on.
So your version would be, it's not easy to wear green?
Yeah, that's right. And no one would care.
I mean, they might care if green is their favorite color.
Well, they would probably have no problem.
So since we have recorded, Matthew Perry died on my birthday, which was weird.
Oh, yeah, it was on your birthday.
Yeah. But I guess today, Matt LeBlanc posted a little tribute on his social media. Mm-hmm. And the song, dun, 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 songs
Iron Man?
about rainbows.
Oh, yeah. Rainbow Connection.
That reminds me of Not Easy Being Green for some reason.
Same artist. Kermit the Frog. Kerm. I never liked Rainbow Connection.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, it was a sad tribute because
I think it got overplayed for everything.
What do you think of the level of overplaying of Dancing on My Own? Do you have an opinion on that?
Well, I mean, obviously for the Phillies, it was a big song.
Oh, that's right. I fucking forgot.
Yes.
But it was overplayed before.
I didn't realize that. I mean, I was not hearing it
There's
much.
like so many versions of it.
There are many, many versions of it, yes.
Like, and all this stuff. What are you learning over
It's
there?
Not Easy Being Green, I think, is about liking yourself. All right?
Oh, so it's not about like how hard it is to be a person?
It's about how you might wish that you were different, but then you are special and you should treasure that. Oh. It's not easy being green. It seems you blend in with so many other ordinary things, and people tend to pass you over because you're not standing out. Oh, good. A big fucking ad popped up.
Oh, I thought that was part of the song. You could have modulated your voice.
I thought I gave it a slight change. I thought I gave it a slight change.
No, there was really no change.
Because you're not standing out like flashy sparkles in the water or stars in the sky.
Oh.
But green is the color of spring, and green can be cool and friendly like, and green can be big like an ocean or important like a mountain or tall like a tree. When green is all there is to be, it can make you wonder why, but why wonder? Why wonder? I'm green and it'll do fine. It's beautiful, and I think it's what I want to be. So it's very sweet.
So
it starts out sad. I forgot all the rest of it. I just remembered the sad part.
But rainbow.
Where he's like, maybe I should be. I missed the first lyric. Where he's like, maybe I should be red or yellow, something more colorful.
Okay.
And then
I get it.
At the end, he comes to realize, you know what? It's actually not so bad being me.
I don't know how I feel about being me right now.
The eternal question.
Is it?
I mean, I know I'm struggling, baby.
I'm fucking struggling.
I'm fucking struggling, man.
I'm fucking struggling. First of all, I will say the strikes are over. That was, I thought would feel like a relief. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I don't feel it.
No, because it's not
over.
It's not completely over.
It's not completely over.
Yeah, there's still the contract to go over and all that shit. And now there's all this
drama,
infighting, and
there's drama over the contract, y'all.
There's drama.
I don't know. Maybe we have some people who are not in the union.
When I was saying I hope we can get back to doing drama soon. This is not what I meant.
And like some of my friends are like, listen, we've spent this entire time being mad at someone.
Yeah.
The armpit. And so the AMPTP, that they're called the AMPTP guys, or the armpit or whatever. And now that like they have reached an agreement, that sort of like yelling and stridency and fist shaking now has turned toward one another.
Yeah.
Which I watched the writers settle their strike, and I didn't see any of that shit on that side of the aisle. Mm-hmm. And, our union is 160,000 plus people. Right. The Writers Guild is like around like 11 or 12,000 people. So maybe it's just an easier body of people to communicate with.
I would like
to seamlessly communicate with.
To paraphrase the old expression, mo people, mo problems. But it really is true. The more people you get involved in something, the more discord is possible.
Yeah. I mean, I was telling Julie today because she wanted to know some of it or whatever. And I was like, yeah, we just have a very diverse membership of people. For example, like, you could have like a 3-year-old that's a SAG member. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't want to hear it from them.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, like somebody's baby is in SAG and somebody's like great grandma is in SAG.
Yeah.
Those are not who are in the Writers Guild.
Right.
And in addition to that, working as a background artist, they don't check your felony record. And it's one of the jobs in California that like felons will.
Oh, wow. I never thought about that.
Oh, that's so funny because I actually did a short film specifically about that.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
Do you remember Stan?
Yeah, I do remember Stan. Yeah.
Stan was my coworker at M Bar. He's an actor. He's back in New York now. He did this short film about background actors because his buddy, like, he has his buddy. The premise of the film is like he has his buddy, and the guy's getting out of jail, and he's like, "No one will hire me," or whatever. And Stan's like, "No, man, you guys got to be like a background actor because they don't check, and it's great. You get free food. You do all that stuff." And so, like, then I'm part of, like, sort of like the chorus of background actors, which is very fitting. It's very timely because it seems like it holds up. This was years ago. And this premise holds up because the SAG members that are background actors are so pissed off and entitled, and it's such an unpleasant work environment, he wants to go back to jail. That's the short. That's the film.
Jesus Christ.
Which it was like a comedy short.
I mean, I should hope so.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so basically there's that. Why don't you tell us about you?
Man, who wants to hear that?
Our Homekins family.
I'm very tired. I feel like I've just been scrambling a lot, doing a lot of things. Some things have been fun, some things have not been fun, but
Name a fun thing.
well, yesterday we have a new person in our touring band, and so we had a rehearsal in anticipation of the shows in Charleston.
The
this weekend.
Varietopia variety shows.
Yes.
In case you're new to this,
Yes.
Paul does a modern variety show that is fucking awesome.
Thank you, my honey. And we're doing shows this Friday in Charleston, South Carolina.
At Music Farm. If you don't have a ticket, get yours.
And so we had just a quick rehearsal. And so I met the new guy, and he's super cool. And, you know, it's always nice to see the rest of the gang. Rehearsal went very well.
That's great. That's great news.
Yeah. And then I went right from that to recording the Off Book podcast holiday episode, which is a tradition. I wonder if I'm allowed to talk about it. I don't think it's supposed to be like a huge surprise. But
if it's a tradition, how can it be a surprise?
Well, because the podcast ended.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I don't know if they wanted to like surprise people.
Oh, well, it's kind of the holidays.
I know, but it'll be coming out next month.
Oh, I see.
It's a Christmas themed thing.
Okay, well, maybe you're helping promote it.
I'm sure that I am. I bet it'll be okay.
Okay.
Because nobody said like don't say anything to anybody.
Right.
But Off Book is a great podcast where these very talented people, Jess McKenna and Zach Reno, they improvise musicals. And they're both very funny and so amazingly good at making up songs.
Wow.
And they play with a band. They have a guitarist, a keyboardist, and a drummer who are also all excellent. And we've been doing this thing every year. It turns out it's been 7 years. This is the 7th time we've done it.
Really?
Where it's me and Nicole Parker are the guests.
Oh, cool.
And we do a Christmas-themed or a holiday-themed episode. And it was just a ball, you know, and like we laughed all the way through it. And then we got to hang out for a little bit, and then I had to stay because my schedule got messed up on Friday. Then we had to rearrange the recording of the Neighborhood Listen podcast, which I do with Nicole and Brett Morris, who's also in the Off Book band. And so we hung out with the Off Book folks for a bit. And then they left, and then our neighborhood listen guest arrived. And then
Are you
we
allowed
did
to
that.
say who it is? Or that's something you surprise?
Yeah, that'll be, yeah.
Okay.
Because that won't come out for a while.
Okay.
And then we had a ball. Like, we laughed all the way through that and, had a really fun time. So it was a really fun night, even a day altogether, even though I did not eat lunch and ate snacks for lunch, which always feels kind of bad.
Down. Yeah.
It's a thumbs down.
Well, that doesn't fuel the engine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you're burning the candle at both ends, as you are explaining right now, it's important to kind of cautiously fuel.
I know. It's just
you gotta your past self has
always,
to think.
I know, but I'm always running late, and I'm always out the door, and
You're a little overscheduled.
Yeah, which
to
is
me,
also
it's like a boundaries thing.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say though, I've gotten better at not doing things I don't want to do.
Okay.
But then there's also a lot of things that I do want to do. But I did call out sick from an improv show when I got back on Sunday from this out of town gig, which I felt bad about, but they were very understanding about it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was a great show anyway. It was a great lineup, and I was sorry to miss it, but
right.
I just couldn't do it, and I was afraid I was going to get sick, which thank God did not happen.
Which, by the way, you also don't want to push through something and then not bring your best self when it could. You know what I'm saying?
I just didn't. I didn't have any gas in the tank.
Yeah,
and I knew it wouldn't.
You don't get marks for just showing up.
No, it's true.
You
also have to be wildly entertaining and brilliant.
You have to bring it. But also, maybe you open a slot for someone else who wants to get on that show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So right now I'm kind of it's caught up to me, and I'm kind of tired, but I haven't been taking care of myself very well because I've been staying up late, because then that's when it's me time, and even though it's not helping me the next day, I'm defiantly doing it and then paying the price the next morning.
See, I wonder if it's me time. Okay, this is me just sort of being a little bit backseat psychologist or something.
Not like you. I believe it's armchair psychiatrist.
Oh, is that
Here's the three things: backseat driver, Monday morning quarterback, and armchair psychologist.
What's the backyard something?
Backseat driver?
No, there's isn't there a backyard?
Backyard barbecue?
What the fuck is our HVAC doing?
Come on, HVAC. It's cold in here.
I know. I just turned it. I thought it would help you stay.
You're not going to fall asleep during the recording?
I was like,
what if I get hypothermia and then I do fall asleep?
Well, in casinos, they keep it really cold so you don't get tired of gambling. And so I thought, what if I did this for Paul?
Who could ever get tired of gambling? Oh, so you wanted to exploit me the way Vegas exploits people with the disease.
Just for the next hour. So we could produce this podcast on the schedule that we...
You're like Colonel Tom Parker or Joe Jackson.
Oh my God, I saw Priscilla. I don't know if I should... Okay, I have a lot of things that were going on with me if you want... Okay, so wait, so I was... If you want me to pick up the slack is what I'm saying.
Oh, sure.
Wait, but I was going to...
If you're interested in me at all and whether I live or die.
Sure, my day was fine, honey. My day was great. Thanks for asking. No, I was going to say, is it defiance or is it sure, it's defiance, right? But it's also maybe a little bit of avoidance. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like there's an avoidant thing that kicks in when you are feeling a little resentful about the over scheduling, overbooking, overrunning.
What am I avoiding?
Facing that you have to take care of yourself. Facing that in order to
Yeah, I know. I don't consider
operate at
avoiding.
capacity.
I consider it more self-sabotage. So maybe we're splitting hairs. I feel like it's more of me consistently setting myself up for failure rather than avoiding something.
But what is
I'm pursuing making myself miserable.
Tomato, tomato.
Right.
Touche. I was going to say...
Tushado.
Touche, touche. Oh, because that's a good title.
Touche, tushado.
Touche, tushado.
Yeah.
Tushado, touche, tushado. Let's call the whole thing off.
Oh, you just cut right to the big finish.
I don't know the rest of it.
No one does, and no one ever will.
Okay, I got sort of like...
But oh, if we call the whole thing off, then we must part. And oh, if we ever part, that would break my heart.
Like a...
What?
fart.
What happened to you? What happened to you?
I just got really punchy.
It really happened in a second.
Who was the song?
The song
I just
did
felt
it to
like
you.
Did you see? I got like entranced.
Yeah,
like,
I did see.
I was like fully entranced when you started singing it. Like I started like it was like a what's it called? The snake and the flute.
The cobra.
It was like I became like that.
The snake charmer.
I was like you were doing cuckoo.
Cuckoo, thank God you're here.
Thank fucking Christ.
Oh, Cuckoo, you'll never believe what just happened.
Oh my God. Wait, so I wanted to get Paul pumped up and I was like, I know what'll do it for you. Mm-hmm. I played that Jelly Roll song.
I only talk to God when I need a favor. Now, okay, longtime listeners know that we watch all the country award shows.
Yeah, and we watch the CMAs.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
How is it the same people? 5 songs are up for awards
like
for
the next year?
For 2 to 3 years, it seems. So the turnover in country music seems to be very slow.
It's weird. Here's the thing. I felt like I figured it out kind of by the end, which is that they're all different award shows that are unaware of the other award show.
They're unaware.
Do you know, or they operate like in their own zone. There's like the Country Music Television Awards, the whatever something award, the American Music.
That doesn't explain it though.
Then there's the CMA as a country.
But that doesn't explain why the same songs.
Of the timing of it. Like one might come out like in November of 2023. And so that gets all those albums and songs. And then the cycle like of November 2022 or whatever.
I need to know what the cycle is. Yes, I need to know what the cycle is.
The cycle like stretches it out somehow.
Because it does seem like a full 2 years of the same songs.
Honestly, agree.
Yeah.
Like, honestly agree.
Yeah.
But like Jelly Roll, so like he opened it with like, I only talk to God when I need a favor. And I only pray when I ain't got a prayer. So he came out and he opened with this and he was like, he had the choir and everything. And like, we only learned about this song, we learned about it because the song won something like a year ago.
It was. Here's when we discovered this song. April 3rd.
No, that's impossible. It was like 10 years ago.
No, because
it was fucking pre-COVID.
we texted our friend Phil Morrison and sent him the song.
We're like, this slaps.
So that's when it was. That was our first time seeing Jelly Roll sing this song.
So then he opened. So what award
Here's
show was
the thing. It says CMT in the text.
So that's a different thing.
Yes.
Than CMAs.
Yes, there's CMT, CMA, but there's another one.
In the middle, like the AM somethings or and then there's also like, there'll be like some variety shit that they'll do here and there, like for the holidays or whatever.
Of course.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I guess it's 1 year, but it's so many shows.
It's
that
so
it feels
many
like
shows.
more.
They're on a circuit. Like they're on a real circuit.
Because like the movies have the Oscars and the Golden Globes, but there's not like a third movie award show that's broadcast.
There's the SAG Awards.
But that's movies and TV.
That's a good
point. So
point.
there's the Emmys is the only thing
Independent
for
Film
TV.
Awards.
Yeah, but I mean...
Right. Spirit Awards.
No, you know what? But I assume there is somebody who watches all of them the way we watch all of these same fucking country ones. Should we cut one out?
Well...
They're not all great.
No, and people were mad, I think, at the CMAs last year. Like, Jason is... Like, they got mad at them last year. Oh, because they killed that guy for COVID. They brought that old man...
Oh, Charlie Pride.
Is it that why they got mad at him? The CMAs?
Why they got mad at Jason Isbell?
No, sorry. Why Jason Isbell and a few others got mad at the CMAs? Because they brought... they trotted out...
I don't know if it was that. I feel like there was something else.
Like, some people were like, I'm renouncing my membership.
Because they thought they killed Charlie Pride?
Okay.
I don't remember those things being connected.
Quote me on this. Yeah. It in my mind feels connected.
That might have been an assumption that we made. Was like, oh, they killed him. They dragged this old vulnerable man on stage at the height of COVID.
He has agency. He chose.
It's true.
Like
but it gets tricky with older people.
Older people.
Yes.
I know, like elder abuse and whatnot.
Exactly.
But like, was Charlie Pride elder abused into collecting his Lifetime Achievement Award? I mean.
Maybe
I don't know
nothing
either.
better to do. He could have shot a video.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
He wanted it. He wanted that.
He wanted, of course.
You know, he wanted, not to spoil anything, but we did watch this. Tune out if you think documentaries are spoilers. But we watched this Albert Brooks documentary.
I'm gonna grab a sweater. Keep talking.
Are you getting a sweater?
Yeah.
Wow. Do I need to turn it off?
No, I need it to keep me awake.
Oh, you do need it to keep you awake?
I don't know.
Do you want... I mean, okay.
It's fine.
Okay. So anyway, like, he told this insane story about his dad, who was a comedian, how he died on the dais at the Friars Club after they had just inducted Lucille Ball, the very first female inductee of the Friars Club, into the Friars Club. After he totally, slayed with his
father
material.
was a comedian, destroyed, sat down,
and
then, a
killed
moment
over
later,
dead.
put his head down and he was dead.
He was dead.
Yeah.
Which is, an insane and unusual and odd story.
Yeah.
But on the other hand... if you're going to craft a death for yourself, if you were going to, if we were going around the table and you're like, if you could pick how you die, right? Mm-hmm. Got to be in the, it's got to be up there.
I don't think I thought about this, of course.
Yeah,
there have been a few comedians that have died on stage.
Sure.
I don't think I would want to die on stage in front of everybody, but I don't mind the idea of that being the last thing that I do.
Having the sensation of I annihilated. Annihilated.
I had a good set. It was fun. People enjoyed it. And then...
in the privacy of your dressing room.
Yeah. Something like that.
Okay.
I think that's very poetic if somebody knocks on the door and then they just see me sitting in a chair and then they go around and discover that I've passed on.
Okay. I'm a real I'm a real die in your sleep kind of gal.
Yeah, that's the dream.
I mean, that's the fucking dream.
That's the dream.
That is literally the dream.
Yeah, the dream that never ends.
Yeah, it's the dream. But
what if you're having a fucking nightmare? And that's your last sort of sentient thought is you're having some dumb stress dream about I'm going to be late for my flight or whatever.
I don't like that.
I'm in school again and I didn't study for the test. And then you're dead.
I can't remember the lines to the Shakespeare play. And it's opening night. Yeah. Okay, this is leading me... I'm going to talk about my thing.
Yeah, man. Talk about it.
You think it's okay? I'm just going to talk about it. I didn't sign any fucking thing. I had this crazy thing happen where, like, I was invited, or I guess whatever you call it, to audition for a commercial campaign.
You got an audition.
I got an audition. This is like before the strike ended. Like it was like before the strike ended, like a week ago or something. Because I was like picketing, and they were like, "Oh, you have this audition. It's a Zoom audition." And I opened up the email or whatever, and I was like, there's no dates on it. There's no like, and they're like, they're looking for...
No dates in terms of when it works?
When it works, nothing like that. But so I was like, oh, this is like far out.
For the lay people out there, that means like when the commercial will shoot.
Yeah, like when you have to be available.
Yes.
When you have to be available to them. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. And I was like, oh, it's for Geico Insurance. Well, guys, it turns out they're bringing the cavemen back. Okay? They're bringing the cavemen back, and the premise is that they are like, it's the cavemen, but like 20 years later. Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the same cavemen.
Same cavemen 20 years later, like where they are now. Now they're all middle-aged. And they're all like having like an existential crisis, or whatever. Well, they wanted to cast the wife of one of the cavemen. That's what I was invited to read for. Now this gal is a currently evolved being.
Her name is Tina. And she's a Homo sapien.
Well, we have some wonderful sponsors this week. Whether you love them or can't stand them, surprises are a part of life. Edward Jones financial advisor Laura Lee Barron, and friend of the podcast, can help get you ready for whatever life throws at you, even the welcome surprises. She will work with you to meet your changing needs to help you end up where you want to be. And while there is never a good time to experience unexpected costs, she can help make them feel a little less unexpected. Is your current financial advisor really listening to you, or just waiting for his turn to talk? Laura Lee is here for you, ready to listen. She wants to know what's important to you. She wants you to share your goals so you can work together to put you on the financial path that's right for you. So call Laura Lee Barron at 773-551-3437. That's 773-551-3437. Or visit edwardjones.com/Laura Lee-Barron. That's edwardjones.com/Laura Lee, LAURALEE-Barron, BERAN, to schedule an appointment today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Green Chef, have you heard the good news? Let me tell you all about it. Green Chef is a CCOF certified meal kit company. Green Chef makes eating well easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. Green Chef offers a range of recipes to suit your preferences. There's variety and customization. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating clean. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients with nothing artificial. Choose from recipes featuring lean proteins like turkey and sockeye salmon, barramundi, tilapia, scallops, and shrimp. Certified organic whole fruits, vegetables, and eggs, and plenty of whole grain options. Green Chef has options for every lifestyle. Eat clean the easy way with recipes that help manage your weight and support your wellness goals without skimping on flavor. Green Chef is sustainable. Feel your best this November with seasonal recipes featuring certified organic fruits and vegetables, organic cage-free eggs, and sustainably sourced seafood. And Green Chef is convenient and easy. They deliver everything you need to eat clean the easy way this November. Feel your best with Green Chef crafted. They didn't say green. Chef crafted, nutritionist approved recipes. I've said this already. So I'm going to say this. Power through the bustling holiday season with their convenient step-by-step recipes, including wholesome dinners ready in 30 minutes or less, 10-minute lunches, grab-and-go lunches, and green bundles featuring clean snacks and functional beverages. Plus, cut down on meal prep with pre-portioned and prepped ingredients, including pre-measured sauces, spices, and dressings, my 3 favorites, delivered right to your door. We have had Green Chef so many times. They've sent us stuff. We have made it and enjoyed, I got to say, every single thing that they have sent us. Is that fair to say? I think it is. And now it's time for me to call you to action. For Green Chef's best deal of the year, get $250 off with code HOMEKINS250 at greenchef.com/HOMEKINS250. That is HOMEKINS250 is the code at greenchef.com/HOMEKINS250 to get $250 off. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. Thank you, Green Chef.
Thank you, Green Chef. Well, those are our wonderful sponsors. Thank you, Laura Lee and Green Chef.
Yes, thank you.
Wasn't this funny? I was in the middle of telling this story, and we experienced technical difficulties.
The GarageBand just stopped recording.
Yeah, okay.
It was very strange.
You seem very shocked about this, but my MacBook has been whack.
I didn't know that.
And so
More like Whackbook?
whack book?
Yeah. I mean, that's a good burn.
Mac is whack.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's your disk storage is full and I keep trying to offload stuff and I keep thinking I do and it's not enough space and I'm like, why is it doing this to me?
I've been there.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, that's what I think is happening here. And that demoralized me. And now I don't want to tell the story about the Geico caveman anymore.
I don't blame you. Suffice to say, you didn't get the job.
I didn't get the job.
Which sucks.
But there was a whole journey with it.
There
which
was a
is
whole journey, yeah.
They begged me. I said I wasn't coming. They begged me to come in.
Because there was a trap. Now you tell the story?
Well, I'm not going to tell the story.
It's abbreviated.
I'm actually not going to tell the story.
Fair enough.
But that they begged me to come in, and I was like, no, I booked this travel. It's going to cost me thousands of dollars. I mean, I don't know what I was saying. I was like, it's going to cost me this. It's going to cost me. And then my agent was like, just go. What do they care? They're, they have millions of dollars. What do they care about thousands of dollars to fly you back? And I was like, all right. And then they were like, you were amazing. The director was like, literally as I walk out the door, he's like, you crushed it. And then that was Friday afternoon. Monday morning, I get the call, and they're like, you weren't even pinned. I was like, what in the actual... Okay, whatever. So there you go. So showbiz, am I right? Anyway, we watched Southern Charm.
Hold on a second. I have to ask you this.
Okay, what?
And maybe this is something I should have asked you before we got married. Do you ever use an external hard drive for anything?
That's what I tried to offload stuff onto.
So the answer is yes.
Stuff.
So the answer is yes.
It's not that I use an external hard drive for anything. It's
but do you store things on an external hard drive ever?
I put some stuff on an external hard drive to try to free up my thing. It seems to have done nothing.
Yeah. I feel like I've been down that same road.
I have a iCloud, a tiny little iCloud subscription, which I don't understand why it doesn't help me in my life.
Yeah.
It helps me grab certain documents when I need them on different devices.
Yes.
But it doesn't help me with this, your storage disk is full bullshit.
Yeah.
When I'm like, okay, guys.
Here's the issue I've been running into.
Okay.
With my devices. Is that I stopped deleting text messages.
Me too.
And you know who made me stop doing it?
Martin.
Yeah.
He keeps all his... I bet
Our friend, Martin Garrow.
you know what? I bet he pays for the highest cloud.
Maybe he does.
The terabyte or whatever.
Maybe
the
he
fuck.
does.
Whatever, hundreds of dollars. Yeah.
But this was years ago that he said this. And I was
Yeah,
like,
but I still
oh, that is kind of fun to be able to go back and just
Sure.
access anything.
Yeah.
I never dreamed it was taking up so much space.
It's
Because, you know, like when you
space.
sync your thing, you sync your phone or whatever.
I don't sync. I use the cloud to sync.
Okay. I don't want this to be a contest.
It's just cloud synced. All right.
Stop being such a
Pissy bitch.
simp for the cloud. Hope the cloud hears this, bro.
You know what? You know what? I already forgot what we were naming this.
Touche, touchado.
Touche, touchado.
Yeah.
But simp for the cloud is good.
Simp for the cloud is good.
Simp for the cloud.
I don't know.
Simp
I still
for the
like.
cloud.
I still
you
like.
whiny little bitch.
I feel like I've like iCloud does not quite sync things the way that I want it to sync. Do you know what I mean?
I fucking hate everything right now.
Everything fucking sucks.
And they're like, oh, AI. And I'm like, I can't even find disk space on my fucking MacBook to record a fucking podcast. And I'm supposed to predict what loophole is in the Screen Actors Guild contract about fucking artificial intelligence. Fucking bite me. That's how I feel about it. Fucking bite me. That's somebody else's job. That is above my fucking pay grade.
How about it?
We fucking hired this, whatever lawyer, this Ivy League brainiac to go in and argue our case for AI protections.
Mm-hmm.
And now half of the union membership is like, he didn't stop AI.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't stop AI. And I'm like, bitch, that fucking horse left the gate. And if AI can free up some disk space on my fucking MacBook,
no.
you know what?
Honey, no, don't say it.
I'll put it in there. I'll put my MacBook in the AI fucking mouth. Open your mouth, AI, and eat my fucking MacBook. Because that's where I'm at right now. And spit out a fucking MacBook that has fucking storage disk space.
Open Your Mouth AI might also be a good title.
I don't know. I've got titles bursting out of me.
It's so true. It's so true.
I wanted to talk about the fucking kid. I wanted to talk about the audition. I wanted to talk about it. You know what? It's probably the universe like protecting me because they might have sued me. I didn't sign a non-disclosure agreement, but maybe they forgot to send me one because they forgot to put the dates of the.
That's on them.
They forgot to put the dates.
That's on them. Cavemen are coming back, y'all. Get ready.
The fucking cavemen are coming back and they're.
Maybe they'll get a show again.
But I'm not going to be in it because
Maybe the whole thing will. Well, but look, some of the cavemen that were in that show were not the cavemen from the commercial.
I know.
Nicole was in it.
I know.
Did they have wives? They probably did.
Sure, they had wives. Maybe they'll. I'm turning the air down again. It got hot just when I fixed it for you during the commercial break, and now
But I put on now I'm warm because I put this on. What the fuck is going on? You're doing psyops on me.
Fuck. You know what I'm doing? I'm living my life in 2023, and it's hard.
I will talk.
It's hard.
I will talk briefly about my weekend.
Yes,
because I stayed in a place.
but you're gonna censor it a little.
Yeah, I stayed in a person's home. They had a very nice home, but the lights, everything was controlled by a remote control.
It was too smart, which I've heard that about our house.
It was not our house.
Mm-hmm. I've heard our house is too smart.
Who said that?
When Mike stayed here that one Christmas.
Yeah.
That's who said it. I did not expect you to say yeah like that. I was expecting you to say yeah like.
But here's
the
only thing that we have that's kind of challenging in any way is the lights. Which, what else?
There's the doorbell. There's the lights.
What's challenging about the doorbell?
Not challenging. Everything requires an app. You have to have an
Yeah.
app for the security system. You have to have an app for the video doorbell. You have to have an app for the
What
smart
did he
lights.
need the
You
video
have to have an app for the speakers, and then you have to sync up the fucking like TV with the Apple TV.
These are, hold on a second. These are all extraneous things. He didn't need the doorbell app. He didn't need the security app.
But he
didn't
might
need
not
any of
have
this shit.
heard the doorbell ring because we get dinged on our phone.
He doesn't need to hear the doorbell ring. He doesn't live here.
He was staying here that one Christmas. I mean, I'm just saying.
This was nothing compared to what I was dealing with.
All right, I didn't mean to derail that.
That's all right.
I was merely interjecting.
I understand. But I was staying in this room, and I was on a floor with a friend of mine who was also on the show. We were staying in bedrooms opposite this area, this floor. And we could not figure out all the shit. Like, we wanted to change the temperature. Couldn't figure out how to do it because all the rooms had names. And then you would select a room, and then there would be like a little picture that featured something that was in that room.
Select a room where?
There's like a menu on this remote.
Oh, there was a remote control that you were
has,
using?
yes.
Like a manual?
This remote controls every fucking thing, right? You could control anything in the house from this remote.
Like when you go in a hotel room and they're like, this is the iPad that you can push this and open the curtain.
God. Remember when hotels were doing that?
I think they still do that.
I don't know if they have the tablet anymore. Do you know how sometimes you go to a hotel and they still have like the iPod dock in the clock?
Like with the little thing sticking up?
It's funny. So eventually I figured out, oh, wait. The room I'm in has this artwork on the wall, and I'm seeing the little picture. So that means this room is called Exercise.
Ew.
Yeah.
I'm pissed at this.
I know.
I hated the whole thing.
But then, so the lights had, 3 settings or whatever. But then there was also like a master setting out between the bedrooms. So sometimes we were accidentally turning each other's lights on.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. There was also a screen, a TV in my room that it defaulted to like a screensaver that looked like a painting, right? Uh-huh. Like our friends Stephen and Kathleen have. Uh-huh. And nowhere could I find a way to disable it. And eventually, I discovered the screen goes off when you turn the lights out.
Oh, God.
You would think that it would go off real quick. But it stays on for enough minutes that you think, oh, this thing's permanently on and there's nothing I can do about it.
I'm so annoyed right now that I find this annoying.
It was annoying. It was frustrating. It made me feel frustrated and helpless.
Because there is
and there was no one around who could explain it to me.
I was going to say, the small part that you're leaving out is that you guys were kind of left to your own devices.
Yes.
And that was like the big...
There was no authority.
Headline of the weekend was that...
There was no authority that could say, oh, here's what you do.
Yeah.
They're like, I kind of remember that it just went off eventually.
Okay.
And that proved to be true.
Because I would have unplugged that shit from the outlet.
There was no outlet from which to unplug.
It was hardwired into the wall.
It was, maybe there was an outlet behind the TV.
No.
And it was like bolted to the wall.
Literally furious.
And I'm doing that thing where you're feeling all around
behind
for like an off button.
A button. Yeah,
humiliating.
Yeah.
A modern humiliation.
Okay, well, you were having an eccentric weekend.
Yeah.
With a sort of an eccentric thing that you got asked to do.
Absolutely.
Which was a show.
But now I'm back from outer space. Now let's get down to it and talk about Southern Charm.
We watched Southern Charm.
We still watch it.
Yeah. We watch it. We're watching it, and
our fellow reality TV friends. Now, look, the only shows we watch our Southern Charm, and I guess now Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah, I can't wait for season 11. We should do recap. Personally, I would, but I don't know how you feel about this. I'm just bringing this up on the podcast for the first time ever.
Mm-hmm.
I would do episode by episode recap, Stay of Homekins episode, bonus episodes.
I think we could do that.
Of season 11.
That sounds like a fun project.
But there's so many episodes in this. Like, there's like 23.
So many.
Which seems like it might be hard for us to.
Maybe we would do a season recap then.
That's what. I don't know. I like that. Well, okay.
I like the episode by episode, but it is so many episodes.
What if we just like shoot for it and don't promise?
I like if we announce we're going to do it with the option to stop doing it at any time or to stop doing it for a little bit and then pick it back up.
I know what we could do. Instead of episode by episode or season recap, we could do quarterly recaps. So there's 4 episodes.
7. Wasn't there one season was 27 episodes?
No way.
I think there was.
And then obviously a recap from the reunion. We have to do a recap for the reunion.
Yeah.
I'm saying like that would be like 6 episodes or something, right? I'm not good at math, so whatever.
This could be fun. And let me propose this.
All right, I'm listening. We go to BravoCon.
That was not at all.
I think we should go to BravoCon.
You want to go to BravoCon? We haven't even been to the restaurants
yet. If it's
yet.
at Vegas, if it's in Vegas, I would fucking go.
Well, because
BravoCon,
any excuse for you to go to Vegas.
Well, I'm sorry. I like to go to Vegas.
I know you do.
What is wrong with that? That is a normal.
Nothing's wrong. Hey.
Red-blooded American thing to want to fucking do. That is go to Vegas.
Not attacking you.
And gamble and fucking eat and drink and
be merry. For tomorrow we shall die. Is that from Shakespeare? Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we shall die.
What?
You've never heard that before?
I've heard eat, drink, and be merry. Alexa, who said eat, drink, and be merry?
This might answer your question.
Okay.
The X-Files. Scully says eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we may die. By the way, I can help you find the best...
Alexa, stop.
So, okay, Alexa thinks it's from the X-Files, guys. I don't know if you heard that. You probably didn't. But just FYI.
I mean, I'm embarrassed for Alexa.
She said, and people are worried about AI. I mean, what in the fuck? Oh my God. Oh my God, bless you.
Thank you.
Oh my God, bless you. Oh my God, bless you.
Eat, drink, and be merry Bible verse.
Oh my God, the Bible is now
It's from the goddamn Bible.
The fucking Bible? Oh, because it's the Last Supper.
It's from it. No, it's not the Last Supper.
Jesus. He says, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow I shall die.
No.
Because he's going to be put on the cross.
No. It's from the Old Testament. It's from Ecclesiastes.
God damn it.
If life ends at death, then you might as well eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die.
Can we discuss this article I saw in the LA Times about this fucking researcher, some Stanford
Wait, it's also in Isaiah? What the fuck is going on here?
What the fuck? It's a fucking repeat?
It's a combination of 2 passages of scripture.
Are you joking me right now?
I swear to God I'm not.
And
then it's a direct quote from the Book of Mormon. Yea, and there shall be many which shall say, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die, and it shall be well with us.
What?
Don't drink coffee.
Guess what? AI has been around this whole time, hasn't it?
You know, like Bible days, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the proof.
Yeah. They were scraping other chapters and cobbling together shit.
That's right.
And Frankensteining philosophy from Ecclesiastic to fucking Isaiah. Then this guy in the fucking LA Times, the Stanford researcher guy, he did all this study.
Mm-hmm.
And he says there's no such thing as free will. It does not exist.
Oh, that's too bad.
But that's the eat, drink, and be merry shit. That's what that means.
That there's no free will?
Yeah, it means like we're all going to die, so just...
Have a good time?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't quite understand how that erases free will.
Because it's all like, there's no point. We're robots. We're fucking
Why are we...
biological robots.
I guess I got to read this thing.
Organic robots.
Cyborgs? Cybernetic organisms?
I mean, I guess.
I ain't no robot, man.
I ain't no fucking robot, but this guy is like...
I ain't descended from a monkey, and I ain't a robot.
We saw in here at the Wind.
Why are people so mad about evolving from monkeys? Who gives a shit?
I don't know. I like monkeys. I don't see what the big deal is.
Yeah, it's like, I also look at it like, we won. It's like an achievement.
I look at it like, I don't really care. That's what I
We're
look.
all over the place now. We did see Inherit the
Wait,
Wind.
you know what Jelly Roll said in his acceptance speech at the CMAs?
Oh, there's a reason that the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror. That's right.
I don't need to think about no monkey shit.
Look forward.
Yeah.
Look forward.
Glance back, but plow ahead.
It's also kind of an argument against the Bible.
He doesn't pray. He only talks to God when he needs a favor.
It's true. And he doesn't really thank God in his speeches, does he?
I don't know, because some of them are real.
Oh, a lot of them are. Anyway, Jelly Roll is settled law. We're not going to relitigate him.
Jelly Roll is unimpeachable. If he wants to believe in God, in Jesus, he
Let
can.
him do it. Good for you. Okay, Inherit the
Southern
Wind we
Time.
saw with Alfred Molina.
Yeah. No, he didn't go with us. He was in it.
He loved it.
By the way.
He sat between us.
Okay. So this cast was amazing. I loved the play. It's at the Pasadena Playhouse. If you're nearby, I recommend going to see the production of Inherit the Wind.
Yeah.
This character actor I really like, Michael Kostroff. He played Levy in The Wire.
Yeah.
Where my wireheads at? Where my wireheads at?
When you walk through the garden.
Okay. He played Levy in The Wire. I've always loved him. He was on this episode of Audrey Helps Actors podcast, and he's talking about being a journeyman actor. And I was like, oh my God, he's so charming and wonderful. And then he was doing these little videos during the strike where he's like, this is where I live. I don't, I'm not rich and da-da-da-da.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like very earnest and lovely. Then I met him IRL.
Mm-hmm. On the picket lines.
On the picket lines. He was a reliable fixture at my quote unquote home studio where I pounded the pavement with my sign.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. And I'd heard that he was like very sweet and approachable. And I was like, oh my gosh, Michael Kostroff, I just want to let you know, like, I really love you. I heard you on
I'm
the
so
sun.
glad that happened.
And he's so cool. And I knew he was going to be in this production of Inherit the Wind. And he was like, because he was like rehearsing at the time. And I was like, I got tickets to come see. And then he sort of casually said, like, oh, please say hi afterwards or whatever. And I was like, okay. So then weeks go by. And I told him, I was like, oh, and by the way, I'm a huge Alfred Molina fan, which I've always been kind of, I pitched a show in 2008 and I was like, I want Alfred Molina to star in it. But I was pitching it with Aaron Ginsberg and Wade McIntyre. And they're like, no, it can't be. Or whatever. And I was like, well, whatever.
It was Dr. Octopus, the series. And they are embarrassed now.
They wanted someone else, but whatever. We didn't have anyone attached to it anyway. Mm-hmm. That's a whole other story, by the way. Whatever. So I was like, I just love him. I've seen him in Broadway like 5 times or whatever. And so I was excited to see, and he was like, oh, you maybe you can meet Fred or what, and I was like, I can't, I'm like, I can't meet him.
I know. He was like, come to the stage door. And
he was like, come to the stage door, blah, blah, blah. And so we go to see the play. The play is terrific. Michael Kostroff is terrific. Alfred Molina is terrific. The rest of the cast is wonderful.
Amazing cast, yeah.
I really liked the production. I thought they had such a fresh take on it. They didn't
Yeah.
change one word of the play.
I had never seen.
They were in contemporary clothes.
Yes, they were in contemporary clothes, very bare bones set. I had never seen any production of the play. I've never seen the movie. And the play was written in 1955, and it's about a case that happened in, the 20s?
or something?
Yeah, the Scopes Monkey trial.
Yeah.
I don't remember my dates from history that well.
Yeah. It almost doesn't matter because it landed in such a modern way of science like the play is like basically about like do we have freedom in America?
Yeah.
Do we have freedom of religion or not?
Yeah.
Kind of. It was like a freedom of religion.
Yeah, freedom of
thing.
thought.
Freedom of thought. Freedom of
It was not just like that the ideas were still fresh, unfortunately, but that the dialogue was kind of nothing anachronistic about it.
I will say this though. I felt like I credit a lot to the actors and the director of that production. For it rhythmically coming out.
Absolutely.
And landing in a modern way on people's ears that way.
Yeah.
So, and it was kind of a long production and we were so tired and I was like, I don't think I'm too shy to like hang out and try to find Michael Kotz. Like I've met him on the picket line like once or twice and so I left and then I wanted to send him like my whatever. So I DM'd him on socials. He finally got back. I need to write him back and tell him my full impressions or whatever. But I guess he thought our friend Catherine was coming and she couldn't come at the last minute and they had exchanged numbers and emails. And
Right.
And he was like, where were you? Like he was upset. Not upset, but like a little disappointed.
Yeah.
That not only was she not there, but that we didn't stick around or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I felt a little like I had, not true to my word a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was a little awkward. Like I didn't know how to navigate where to go. I didn't know what to do or.
It's a very specific thing.
Also, I didn't have a way to contact him.
Right.
I guess I could have tried social. He didn't respond for days on that. Because we're not.
Exactly.
And it was my first time reaching out to him on socials. So.
Yeah. But I have been in that situation too. And
it was very casual.
I never want to go backstage. If somebody invites me to their show, I never want to go backstage. Whether it's somebody that I don't really know or a friend of mine, like that is it's a kind of sacred space. And
I mean, he didn't say come backstage.
No. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
okay.
I know. But even then, it's like the effort that it takes sometimes to say hello after a show.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
When you've performed a show. But also on the other end of it, when you're just in the audience, I feel very like it's not my place. I'm not supposed to be there.
Right.
This is their space.
Well, now that we're talking about this, now I'm starting to feel worse because what if he thought we bailed because...
Well, that's always the thing.
Now I'm like in my head about it.
I know. But like,
we didn't like his...
Do you remember we saw Nicole Parker's show and we left like as soon as it was over. We didn't stick around and say hi. And I immediately texted and was, effusive. Like the show was so great. We didn't want to bother you because it's also like, it when you're in the fucking game. It's like sometimes there's a bunch of people you have to kind of host after you've just done this performance.
Yeah.
And depending on what it is, it can be exhausting, and especially for like a one-person show.
Oh, for
it's
sure.
like the last thing you want to do. Well, depending on the person, I guess. But
Well,
for
and
me
this was
personally, the
not
last
that
thing I would
kind
want to
of
do.
show. This
yeah,
show
this
was
was
an
an ensemble
ensemble
thing. So
show.
it's easier for somebody. Another time was when we got invited to Hamilton by Rory O'Malley, who he played King George.
I don't remember
in
this at all.
that production of Hamilton. Well, because it was through him that I got the tickets, and so we went.
I don't even know who that is.
He played King George in
Rory
Hamilton when we
Hamilton.
saw it. Rory O'Malley, not
Okay.
Rory Hamilton.
But I don't remember.
Mr. Policeman, I
This
gave
is
you all the clues.
so long ago. I don't remember who was.
I know it was a while ago.
And it was a huge cast. I
Yeah.
mean,
But there was one guy who was King George. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. But I mean,
It's
like,
not like I'm saying he was third minute man.
okay.
So we had exchanged numbers over Twitter, and he said, come back and say hi after the show. And I was just like, I got very shy and like I didn't.
And it's like, where
because
do
it
you
is.
go and where
Exactly.
do I walk?
And it is so many people.
Is someone going to be like, sir?
Yeah. And I was just like, I chickened out, and we just left. And I texted him, was like, "That was you
There
were
had to
terrific."
have been like
and,
more instructions involved. Like if you wait in
well,
the
but
lobby,
he probably would have, but we left even before then. You know what I
okay,
mean?
okay.
Like we just left. There was no question of us sticking around to say hi afterwards.
Okay, yeah.
And I always felt bad about that because he was very generous. He got us the tickets, and
Now, see, I thought I got us the tickets.
no, we had house seats.
Yeah, I thought I got us house seats through someone I knew.
Not for that show, no.
Okay.
I mean, honey, we've seen a lot of theater together.
Sure. Okay, well, whatever. It's a strange thing. Anyway, we saw that.
It's a very specific and weird
When
thing.
you started talking about monkeys, it made me think of Inherit the Wind. That's why I said
Of
that. Because you were going
course.
to talk about Southern Charm, and I didn't want to.
No, we must talk about Southern Charm.
Okay.
This show sucks. And our
I can't
reality
stop
friends.
watching it, though, because there's some nights where I don't want to think about anything. And if it's in the
Oh,
queue,
for sure.
if it's in the queue, I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yes.
These boring people.
Yeah. This is something I'm not under any obligation to really give any meaningful attention to.
Yeah. It's a very strange show. It's a very strange show.
Here's the thing, and we may have talked about this on the podcast before, and if we have, I apologize. But after watching all 10 seasons of Vanderpump
Yeah.
and the way it crescendoed,
It is a snooze fest. Southern Charm.
because the people in Southern Charm, none of them are even dating. And they're having like, oh my God, I can't believe you hooked up with that person. What do you care?
Right. I know.
You're all like 40 years old.
And there is also like a friendship at the center of this season that is on the rocks.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that those two gals were close friends and we're in like episode 9, and now I'm like, oh no, they did meet one another's like they know each other in a non-reality show way,
Right,
or something.
right.
And I was like, wait a minute, because like I was like, wow, they're really pushing this that they're good friends.
Yeah.
I thought that was like a manufactured storyline.
It might
for
as well
this
be. I mean,
season.
because they've lost so many cast members over the years that it's like these second string people are now the main people on the show.
Yeah.
And it's like, and they all kind of all the women vaguely look alike.
Yeah, there's a definite type.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 3 main ones that are like Barbie blondes.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like,
None of the men have jobs except for
well, Craig.
fucking Craig has his own business. Good for him.
Yeah, and we don't get to see much of the business. And that's like, that Vanderpump is all about like the businesses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I want to see the business, his business.
It was the thing about Vanderpump that was really amazing was how bad a bartender Jax was. And that they kept him working at that place just so he could be on the show.
Maybe he provided the Coke. Do you know what I mean?
That would make a lot of sense.
I find like the Southern Charm thing is existential for me because the men on that show, like, because I grew up in Charleston at a time when I was dating.
Ooh.
Okay.
Go on.
And when I see like the sort of dating pool of that show, I'm like, it's a little PTSD for me because I'm like, ew, like those were the Pickens.
Yeah.
Do you know
this
what I'm
type
saying?
of dude is still around.
This type of dude were the Pickens when I was when I went to every formal dance at every high school, my
With your long white gloves.
my long white gloves, and I even went to like a Citadel dance, and the guy gave me his gloves, and I was
Did you
like,
really?
"Oh yeah."
Wow.
Oh my
Wait, the guy
God.
gave you his gloves?
Okay, when I was in middle school, I used to go to these like Citadel dance mixers with
Middle
other
school?
with other middle schoolers,
Who were, how old do you have to be?
like 7th grade.
Their Citadel has,
No. They were not Citadel cadets.
but it was at the Citadel?
Yeah, like they were maybe there for like a camp or something. I don't know. We used to go to these Citadel mixer dances in middle school, and I would go with my friend Angela, and we'd go, and her parents would drive us to the Citadel and drop us off on the campus. Mm-hmm. And it was like fun. Mm-hmm. And we danced with these other like weird middle school guys.
So what's the gloves thing?
Okay, then when I was like in high school, I was invited by a cadet
One of these lords of discipline.
to one of their formal dances.
Cuckoo, hello.
Hi, Kiki.
The Two Cuckoo Show.
And I guess it's a thing where they like give you their gloves at the end of the night. And then I was like stuck with these gloves for like a few years, like moving around the different colleges.
Years.
I mean, I don't know. Like they look like Mickey Mouse gloves. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, do they have the lines on them?
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
white knit.
White formal gloves,
White
yeah.
knit.
White cotton gloves, yeah.
Yeah. They don't fit you because they were not meant for your hands.
I know,
They
you
were
got little
somebody
hands.
else's hands.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, I remember
Isn't it
that
funny
guy,
how big
that
Mickey
guy,
Mouse's hands are? For such a little guy. He's got huge hands.
Yeah.
Unless he stuffs his gloves.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that. I can't weigh in.
Okay. Hey,
I
fair
don't
enough.
have an opinion.
Okay.
I didn't have an
respect
opinion
that.
about Donald Trump's small hands either.
People really tried to make that a thing.
Only because he's so like
I know. Let's not
braggadocious.
fucking talk. We're going to have plenty of him in the next year.
Don't say that.
You know it's true. Girl, you know it's true.
I don't know it's true.
Oh.
I love you. There's like a Milli Vanilli documentary coming out.
Oh, that's going to be bleak.
I don't think it is. I saw clips and they're like talking about it openly.
Well, the one guy's not because he's dead.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Vanilli.
No. What happened?
He killed himself, I think.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. No.
It was Robin Fab. I think,
No.
is Fab the one who's still? I can't remember which one is still alive.
No.
But yeah, one of the guys killed himself.
Don't.
No, I'm sorry.
No. Fuck.
Well, now you're prepared when you watch the
I'm
documentary.
not prepared. I didn't want that to be the case.
Well, of course not. But better you hear it from me.
I don't know, guys.
Wow, that
Well,
hit
this
you
was
hard.
delayed. We had technical difficulties. He's tired. I'm angry. I don't know what kind of episode this is. We've come up with 3 names.
I remember one of them.
Like
I remember 2.
something Simp. Cloud Simp.
Simp for the Cloud.
Simp for the Cloud.
Touche Touchado.
Touche Touchado.
The other one, God only knows.
I don't know.
It's not for us to say.
Putting AI in the mouth or something. Or
Something like that.
I
yeah.
don't really. It can be titled whatever.
Yeah.
But my hope and wish is that this delayed episode does something for somebody. Mm-hmm. As opposed to nothing for anybody.
Folks, when we started this podcast, it was because we wanted to make a difference. And we wanted to do something for somebody, not nothing for nobody. All right. Do you have any recommendations?
Yes. Fucking. My recommendation is to shut it down.
Shut it down!
Shut it down!
You donkey!
Reading Barbara Streisand's memoir, and it's like You know when you're on your Kindle and you're reading and it's like, you have 3 hours left in this book. It says you have 39 hours remaining.
Okay, I was just listening to one of my podcasts, Stop Podcasting Yourself. My friends Graham Clark and Dave Shumka up in Vancouver. And you've met those guys. Lovely guys.
Yes.
And Dave was talking about reading the Britney Spears biography.
Which I also read.
Yes, on his Kindle.
Which is like a 30-minute read.
Was say he was
like a
saying,
pamphlet.
He would get to a chapter and it would say, "You have 1 minute left to this chapter."
Yeah. It was literally like a manifesto or something.
Yeah,
it was like a Yeah.
Dictated, not read.
To be fair, like Britney Spears and Barbara Streisand have had very different lives and careers.
That's true, and one is much older and has lots more to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one has had a lot of her life stolen.
Stolen.
Yes. Yes. And the Britney Spears one was sort of like her to say on it, like, you know, this was traumatizing to me. I did not want this to happen, and I need time to heal. Like, it was basically like, I need time to heal.
Yeah.
And then people are still fucking with her, which
Yeah.
I don't think is cool.
I know.
Kind of.
I know.
But yeah, the Barbara Streisand one, man. I mean, I'm interested in it. Like,
Did
I
she
heard her
tell the
talking
story
about
about when she put the imaginary gum under the stool?
that might be an hour 29 or something. I'm only, you know.
Where are you in the book? Like, what's happening in her
She's
life?
just graduated from high school. And she had to learn to swim. And she didn't.
She had to learn to what?
She had to pass a swimming exam to graduate.
Hey, celebrities, you don't have to include everything.
I'm not hating it. I'm not hating
I bet
it.
it's great. I bet it's fascinating. I bet it's absolutely worth a read.
I definitely feel like I'm in her head. Like, I don't feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I don't think I recommended this memoir, which I think is one of the best memoirs I've ever read. Julia Fox.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You really like that.
I could not fucking put it down. Now, I did not know anything about her. Like, I knew she was like Uncut Gems. Like, that's all I knew.
She was amused to Brian Softy.
I'm used to Brian
Uncut
Softy,
Gems.
of course. Yeah, Uncut Gems. And I knew that she had this online presence and that she got in trouble. Did I talk about this on the podcast already?
I don't recall.
About her getting in trouble online because she called so people, like kids on TikTok, call sexual assault broccoli.
No,
And
we've talked about it. I don't think you talked about it on the podcast.
And she was like, I don't understand why people are so upset about broccoli. Only it's not broccoli, it's like something else.
Right.
Bacon or something or
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was saying like it's not a big deal. And then
She
people were
was
like,
like,
it is a big deal. She was like,
no,
I didn't know.
They didn't say that. They said Julia Fox condones sexual assault.
Of course. Yeah.
And she was like, sorry, I didn't know. Like, I'm not a TikTok expert or whatever. But then, like, people were yelling.
Because if you condone sexual assault, you would say sexual assault. Right? You wouldn't use the euphemism for it.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I think sexual assault's great.
Also, that's insane. She was not condoning
Of course.
sexual assault.
Of course not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, her book like reads like it's like wild and chaotic, and it's what's going on now?
Nothing.
Are we having technical
No.
difficulties?
I'm just looking at the different. No, it's fine.
Okay, because before you looked at it like that, and we were having technical.
Yes, and then I said something, but now it's fine. I'll tell you off mic. It's not something urgent.
I was saying it was like the millennial just kids. Sorry, the millennial just kids, because it's like a time and a place in New York where she is like surviving her life, and it's drugs and it's like trauma and it's just fucking wild.
Yeah,
it's wild and it's told with like an interesting perspective. You feel like you're living it with her.
Yeah.
Because she's not looking back. She's not reflecting on it. Mm-hmm. She's not reflecting. Like, she's basically like, I'm this crazy creature, and this is who I am.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know. I just kind of came out of it like thinking like I had respect for her as an artist or as a something, as a creative mind.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
As a person.
As a person.
Yeah, as a thinking, feeling person.
As a thinking, feeling, and absolutely abused person. Yeah. Those are my recs. They're all
right.
celebrity memoir guys. Sorry. That's my life.
I want to rec books too. I'm not. I can't think of anything else to like that's not a book right now because that's all I'm thinking.
I can recommend 18,000 podcasts about the SAG-AFTRA deal.
I know.
That's not what I want to
I
recommend.
don't know that I'm listening to anything new. I think I'm just listening to my old favorites right now. But books wise, I will tell you that. Oh wait, we haven't recorded since Halloween.
I don't think so.
So I want to recommend Talk to Me, which was a great horror film from Australia.
Unfortunately, I fell asleep in the middle.
I know, but
Not because it wasn't good.
it was just the hour.
Yeah.
But really, really fun and spooky movie.
Yeah.
If you like that sort of thing.
We're behind on our watch-alongs, too. We have a couple that
I know.
we want to do.
I was bummed that we didn't get to do it for October.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed
So
when we
are
did that.
some of our listeners.
Yeah.
Also, they keep asking about our watch-alongs, and I'm like, no, we have some that we plan to do. Like,
Yes.
we really want to do it. We just haven't been home.
Well, and also the strike was on, and it felt like
Well, we could have banked it. That was what I
we
wanted
could
to do.
have banked them, but
I wanted to
I
bank
know,
them.
but I don't know. It just felt
Well, we were,
because we didn't know how long we were going to have to bank them for.
yeah.
Anyway, I want to recommend book-wise. So I finished at our friend Catherine's recommendation, A Gentleman in Moscow,
Yes.
because she saw that I had been given. I can't believe I can't remember the title. I'm reading the book.
I do think that you talked about this.
I haven't gotten to it yet. This is the setup. I
this is
did
setup.
recommend that book.
That book, okay.
Yes. But hold on a second.
And now
because-
you're on the other book. Is that what you're saying?
Well, there was a book in between, which I think I mentioned, which was Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, which
Yeah.
a lot of people
Yeah, I
read before
read
I
that
did.
one as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so last year for Christmas, I was given this book by my friend Scott Carter called Rules of Civility, and it was an actual physical book, right? And so I had it sitting out, and Catherine saw it and said, "Oh, you have to read his first book called A Gentleman in Moscow." I read it. I loved it. Read Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. And then I started, because it was Halloween time, I started reading a bunch of Poe stuff, Edgar Allan Poe stuff that I'd never read. And some of it I was really enjoying, and some of it was like, this is not grabbing me.
Which ones did you like?
I liked the Cask of Amontillado. I liked The Pit and the Pendulum. I mean, I
Did you read The Gold Bug?
yeah, I like the Gold Bug.
'Cause we're
The Gold
going-
Bug was longer than I thought it was going
to
to be.
to Charleston.
Yes.
I went, okay.
Yeah, but I did like the Gold Bug. But it was fun to be catching up on this stuff that I'd heard of but never read before, especially after watching the Fall of the House of Usher on Netflix, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Another Mike Flanagan joint. That final episode I thought was absolutely incredible. It was a great build, the whole series. And Bruce Greenwood is incredible.
He was great. And shout out to our friend Katie Parker, who was in.
I know she played Annabelle Lee. She
Yeah,
did
she's
such a great
awesome.
job. It was great to see her have such a huge part in it.
Such a great actress.
Yeah. So then, like, whatever I was reading, I was like, it's not grabbing me. So I was like, let me read that Rules of Civility. And I fucking love it. I love it. I love when a writer is able to write relationships really well. Mm-hmm. Romantic relationships, friendships.
Sure.
And he really does a great job with that.
That's
So
cool.
I'm really loving it. It's one of those things where, you know how when it's time to go to bed, and you're like, oh, I get to read more of that book.
That's the best.
It's a great feeling.
That's the best.
Yeah. So yeah, there's my Rex for now.
I like that a lot.
Thank you, honey.
I like that. I think we're doing the best we can.
We're doing the best we fucking can.
All right. Well, that's it for us.
Listen, paulftompkins.com/live. In addition to Charleston this Friday, December 17th, I'll be back at Lodge Room in Los Angeles doing the Varietopia holiday show.
It's a Sunday.
In addition to this Friday in Charleston.
Oh, I thought you said this
Sunday,
Friday.
December 17th.
Okay.
I'll be back at Lodge Room in Los Angeles.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Sorry. You get to go read your book. It's in the other room.
Are you trying to send me to bed? All right, let me do my plugs.
Okay.
So, and then I'm going to give you a little teaser that we're going to be doing a sort of little Varietopia mini tour in the new year. And so we're going to be hitting a bunch of different cities. And
do you know?
I will have, well, I know some of them, but I'll have the full details very soon.
Do you know the time of year? Summer?
Springtime. I believe it's springtime.
Springtime.
Oh, and I'll be back at Sketchfest in San Francisco in February.
Wonderful.
I'll be doing Varietopia there. I'll be doing Spontorco.
You are doing Varietopia
We'll be
there.
doing a live neighborhood listen.
Shit. What are you moving? Just move into San Francisco.
Right?
I'm going to go up for that. That sounds fun.
Yeah, come on up. It'll be fun.
I love San Francisco.
All right. That is it for us.
We love you guys.
Thank you so much for listening.
Sorry about everything.
Yes, we apologize for the lateness.
Sorry about everything. We apologize for everything.
Abjectly.
Oh my God. Please, in the meantime, we will have bonus content available at our Weekend Water Substack. If you have not, there's a version, and please go to weekendwater.com. weekendwater.substack.com.
Yes.
And sign up. And until then,
Stay safe, stay strong. Oops. Stay safe, stay sane, and stay strong.
Stay safe, stay sane, and stay strong.